Well, I was very excited to have this come across our desk and in our office, just the analysis and trends of our basketball program. And having been here as an assistant coach for 16 years and then sliding over to the head coach this past year, I've been involved with our basketball program and in building it, essentially from scratch for the last 17 years. And I guess 12 of those here recently at the Division I level, and these stats all pertain to trends, combining what's going on in the box score, what's going on each and every year, on every level and every aspect of the game, offensively, defensively. And with that, coaches and teams especially like to look within, games within the game and, things that you look for right away in a box score. I think a box score can tell a million stories about the game itself. And a lot of times I think it boils down to, how well you shoot the ball, so that would be your field goal percentage, how well you rebound the ball, and taking care of the ball. So for us, we really like to set goals for our teams in terms of, if we can hold teams to 30 points or less at a half, or hold them to 39% or below field goal shooting, or even 30% behind the three-point line, we really feel we have a great chance to win. And that proved to be evident. We had a really good six-game winning streak in December against some really good teams, and more times than not, of those 6 games, 2 halves per game being 12 halves. Right off the top of my head, I don't know exactly, but it was a fairly good margin. I would say, 9 to 10 of those halves, we met our formula, and the guys bought into that. So those were tangible things they could look to, not only during the game, but at the half, and really see, hey, we're meeting our goal. Then when you win those games, it just, positively reinforces that. So these stats have been very beneficial as we're growing some young freshmen and sophomores in our program. The front end of the basketball world, or our program, is the recruiting angle, and we feel really good about the young recruits we have in our program, and we're able to sell their progress and show them, okay, you're very similar to player A that we had 5, 6, 7 years ago. Here's kind of his progress freshman year to sophomore year to junior year, and so on. And you can show that to them, show them his field goal percentage, his minutes played, his scoring production, and those things. And you start to see that trend kind of come to life and reconnect with his career, or what's next for him as he grows into a new role at the Division I level. It's hard for freshmen to come in and play right away and be very successful, but they learn how to play at this level and what we need to do to be successful within our program. And then I believe their individual game starts to soar. So you see that in some of these trends, both individually and as a team. We've really held our hat on, or hung our hat on, being able to shoot the ball at a high level. And I believe, when we make 9 threes or more, we win 3 out of 4 games, and that's a great rate. There are some games that obviously, so that means a fourth of the time we're not winning, which means, maybe the other team's shooting the ball just as well, if not better. So shooting the basketball, I think, is what's grown the game. The three-point line has become a weapon for everyone. It's definitely been a great attribute of our program, because we've led the nation multiple times in three-point shooting, and back to what I said on the front end, we want to recruit guys that can help us lead the nation in three-point shooting. And if you play a certain way and execute the way we see fit, those three-point shots will come available within the offense, and hopefully we're productive. But I really like showing, and it really just reinforces what we've been telling our team, that rebounding the ball, holding teams to a certain field goal percentage, holding them to a certain number of point production each half or each game, that usually spells victory one way or the other, and certainly reinforces what we teach our guys and what they buy into. And I'm very impressed with the snapshot, not only of annually, but these 14 seasons here, and it rings true. Having been here, I can relate and remember different years where we did shoot the ball really well versus not shooting it well, or we did defend really well versus not, or this team wasn't a great rebounding team, and it spells out, it decreases your chance of winning. So this is exciting. It'll definitely occupy me this spring and summer, and definitely hits the nail on the head on a lot of items.